I am Harrison Lamont Bay, all lowercase letters. I'm here to tender a special deposit to the court and make the clerk fiduciary.
I don't have time for this.
All right, everyone. Today we're dealing with one of the most ridiculous-looking sovereign citizens I've ever seen in my life. This guy isn't just goofy-looking. It's pretty clear he's not exactly the sharpest tool in the shed either. He's fully committed to the whole sovereign citizen routine, down to every last detail, but trust me, in this case, he completely loses it. You can tell right away something is seriously wrong when a defendant starts acting like he possesses some secret knowledge that no one else understands. Go ahead and drop a comment letting me know how dumb you think this guy is on a scale of 1 to 10. Honestly, I want to hear your thoughts on these people in general. They've never won a single court case, yet they keep showing up and repeating the same nonsense, wasting everyone's time over and over again. But enough of me talking. Let's jump right into it.
All right. Lamont Harrison Lemon, the second. That's the gentleman with the Fez hat on, headgear on. Can you unmute yourself, please, sir? Is he connected to audio?
It appears so.
Lemon Bay, Harrison Lemon Bay. Can you hear me, sir?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Good morning to you.
How are you?
Okay. Are you the second or the third?
I'm here on behalf of the third.
The third. Okay. And I guess it's the second as well. This is the city of Detroit versus Harrison Lemon Bay the third. Straight that. This is the state of Michigan versus Harrison Lemon Bay the third. Case number SX 4195968. Counts 1 and counts 3. Appearance for the record, please.
Elwood S. Berry Jr. on behalf of the defendant. State your full name, sir.
Mr. Berry, I think he's representing himself.
Your Honor,
Yeah. All right. And add count 3 to that. Add count 3 to that record as well. Or count 2 to that. Or 1 to that record as well. So count 1, 2, and 3. Let me have that other. I believe. State your name for the record, Mr. Lemon the third.
Yes, I am Harrison Lamont Bay, all lowercase letters. And I'm here on behalf of Harrison Lamont the third.
All right. Well, I've never heard of the all lowercase letters. What does that mean?
It means that the name is to be spelled with all lowercase letters, not all capital letters, not part capital and lowercase, strictly all lowercase.
I've heard plenty of insane excuses from sovereign citizens, but the claim that you're exempt from the law just because you write your name in lowercase letters is on a whole different level of ridiculous. Apparently, this guy believes that if his name isn't capitalized, he's no longer considered a legal person and therefore can't be held responsible for anything. As if ignoring basic grammar rules somehow acts like a magic spell that erases all legal obligations. Let's be real here. Not a single court anywhere in the world is going to decide your legal responsibility based on capitalization. This is just another laughable attempt to misuse legal terminology and twist semantics in hopes of creating some imaginary loophole. Claiming that lowercase letters separate you from the legal system simply doesn't work. There is no loophole here, and regardless of what he says, this guy is still going to be found guilty. Let me know what you think about him so far, especially that goofy little hat he's wearing. I seriously cannot take this guy seriously at all.
So today is the date and time set for a pretrial in the matter. How do you want to proceed, sir? I know you filed some documents with the court, and I did have those up in my chambers. But how do you want to proceed?
Your Honor, I'm I'm the surety on behalf of the principal debtor, strawman Harrison Lamont III. I've given the court notice weeks in advance. I'm here to tender a special deposit to the court and make the clerk fiduciary, the prosecutor, as well. And I'm looking for a plea of release today. Will you grant a plea to release?
No. I can grant you a pretrial. I can grant you the opportunity to speak with the city attorney, or I can grant you a trial date by judge or by jury.
Yeah. So
what would you like to do, Mr. Lemon Bay?
Well, do you mind if I ask a couple of questions? Just want to make sure that I'm comprehending it. So as you gave the name, I heard you mention a few different names. I heard you mention Harrison Lamont Bay the third, and then a Harrison Lamont the second, and various different names. I just want to make sure that I'm clear on who or what it is that we're here to discuss, because I don't want to speak on behalf of.
It does have an error. It doesn't have an error. It appears to be an error on the computer here. So entry date, one of the counts was entered into as one count was entered into as Harris Lemon III. The other count was Harris Lemon II, and the other count was entered Harris III Lemon. So I think that's just a typo. There's the nature of the offenses is the misdemeanor case is driving without a valid operator's license, no ops on person, and that is a 93-day punishable by the maximum possible penalty, 93 days in jail and or $500 in fines. And you have two civil infractions, one expired plates and the other one speeding at 16 to 20 miles an hour over the speed limit. So those are the nature of the charges. I'm going to offer you an opportunity to mitigate this by taking the better driver's course, sir. I'm going to put that in the chat if you choose to. And I can give you time to do that. If not, you can set it for a trial date or whatever set it for a trial date or speak with the city attorney today. What would you like to do?
I'm really, again, I'm ultimately I'm here to tender special deposit and settle the charges, make the clerk fiduciary.
When a sovereign citizen talks about wanting to tender a special deposit, what they're usually trying to do is avoid paying debts, fines, or taxes. They believe this so-called special deposit functions as some kind of financial instrument that can magically settle their obligations. In their minds, offering this deposit counts as payment or security, even though it has absolutely no real meaning. In reality, this concept has zero legal standing. It's just another made-up idea they use in an attempt to bypass the law or trick the system. To put it simply, it's yet another sovereign citizen tactic that completely fails in the real world. Basically, it's their way of saying, I want to get out of paying my debts without actually paying them.
Well, you settle it by pleading to in taking a plea today, paying the fines, or taking it to trial, see if you can do better at trial. You have a right to a trial by judge or jury, and that's it. Those are your only options, sir.
I'm looking for a plea of release. Are you stating that there's no offer of equity in this matter, Your Honor?
I don't know what you're talking about. All right, we're going to move on. So I don't have time for this.
Would you like to speak to an attorney? Would you like to speak to an attorney, sir?
I don't. I'm not asking for counsel.
Okay. Well, we're gonna pass the matter and we're gonna move on, and he can just watch and see how it works in here, because I have too many people that are waiting that want to be heard and hear their claim. And I don't understand what you're saying. I've given you your options, and you can sit back and ponder those. I'll give you time to ponder those options. Other than that, sir, I don't know what else to tell you. All right, let's move on. Next time. No, I've already answered the questions I'm gonna answer. No, please mute your device, and you either take the offers that I've given you, speak with the attorney, or take the deal, or set the matter for a trial date. Those are your options.
Let me set the matter for trial.
Set the matter for trial. Okay, I'm gonna give you a trial. I'm gonna. Do you want trial by judge or jury, sir?
Your Honor, by jury.
Okay, jury trial. Can I get a jury trial date, please? Let's do June the 2nd. June the 2nd. We should do this in the afternoon as well.
But we gotta set a pre-trial first.
Yeah, we'll set a pre-trial. So your next court date is going to be a final pre-trial, sir. Final pre-trial will be June the 1st, 6/1/2023 at 8:30. And then we'll set the jury trial date for the next day at 9:30 on June the 2nd. So your next action date that you need to appear is June the 1st at 8:30. And then the next day we'll have the jury trial at June the 2nd, 2023. I have received your motions. If you have any more motions, make sure they're in before the June the 1st date, and then we'll proceed with picking a jury and setting a jury panel at 9:30 on June the 2nd. If you don't have any further questions, Mr. Lemon Bay, then have a very good day, sir. All right?
There is absolutely no chance this guy wins a jury trial, unless somehow he manages to gather the dumbest group of people on the planet to sit on that jury. The logic behind his arguments is completely scattered. You can't just walk into court, throw around bizarre theories, use strange words, and expect to walk out free. That's not how the legal system works. Unless he's planning to pull off some kind of last-minute miracle, it's obvious he's not earning any points here. And speaking of miracles, what is going on with that hat? Either this guy has one of the worst haircuts in existence, or he's seriously competing for the title of the world's goofiest idiot. It gives off major, I don't care what I look like vibes, but maybe you should have cared just a little bit. Honestly, I can't be the only one watching this and wondering how anyone could think this strategy was a good idea. Sovereign citizens genuinely believe they can outsmart the entire system with nonsense like this. But spoiler alert, they can't. They never have, and they never will. The law doesn't care about lowercase letters or whatever strange Tinder you try to use to avoid paying your bills. It's all meaningless talk that never holds up in court. So what do you think about this guy? Do you think there's any chance he actually wins his case? Or is he just wasting everyone's time? To me, it's pretty obvious. The guy is stuttering, clearly confused, and has no idea what he's talking about. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I love reading them. You guys always crack me up, and I really appreciate it. Thanks so much for watching, and take care.